I realized that marriage is not really finding the right persons, but becoming the right persons ourselves. And we tend to forgive and accept one another, given our limitations, given our weaknesses. Love, this statement of Jesus is not an option, it's not a request, it's not an invitation, but rather it is a command, it is an obligation. So we are not left with any choice except to follow this command as Christians. To put God at the center of a relationship, because as old couple would say, love is like a zipper. A zipper has two zips and a zipper. The two zips will not hold them together without the zipper.
Blessed be all of you who have come here in dedication to all that is loving, good, and sacred to us all. We are assembled to unite this couple into the bond of marriage. I, Gene D'Arville, a celebrator of marriage for the Commonwealth of Virginia, am here this special moment to join together this man and this woman into the bond of marriage, a life together as one. Because you, their family and friends, have shared in their lives by your friendship and love, you are invited to share with this couple as they exchange marriage vows and begin a new life together. Life on earth is wonderful, and when two people can share their lives as one, life is even greater, with more meaning and understanding. Love is indeed a many splendid thing. When it is given and returned, it enriches both the lover and the beloved. As long as two people can share their lives loving one another, nothing in this world will be too difficult or impossible, for the roughest days will become smooth when they can travel them hand in hand, as you are today and as you will be in the years to come. Marriage is a loving relationship of one man and one woman, freely and totally committed to each other as companions for life. The home is built upon life and communication. Marriage is a companionship which involves mutual commitment and responsibility. The two of you will share alike in the responsibilities and joys of this life. Oh, Father in heaven, our hearts are filled with great happiness on this wedding day of this couple. They are here before you, pledging their lives and their hearts to one another. Please grant that they be very true and loving, living together in such a manner as to never bring shame or heartbreak into their marriage. Temper their hearts with kindness and understanding, and rid them of all pretense or jealousy. Help them to be sweethearts, helpmates, friends, and together they may meet the cares and problems of life more bravely, and as time takes away their youthful charms, may they find contentment in the joys and rich companionships in the years to come. May their home truly be a place of love and harmony where your spirit is ever present. Please bless their wedding day and walk beside them as they become a family. Amen. Remember that love is very patient. Love is very kind. Love knows no boundaries, nor ever makes a parade of itself. Love is never rude, never selfish. Love is never glad when others go wrong. Remember that love is gladdened by goodness, always slow to expose the worst and forever eager to believe the best. Roberta, will you marry this woman to be your lawful wife, to live together in this sacred bond of marriage? Will you promise to love her, comfort her, protect her, and forever keep her safe in sickness and in health, for richer and for poorer, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Judy, will you have this man to be your lawful husband, to live together in this sacred bond of marriage? Will you promise to love him, comfort him, protect him, and forever keep him safe in sickness and in health, and for richer and for poor, forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And then what symbols do you both give in pledge of your everlasting commitments?
These rings.
That's right.
I don't.
Roberta, take Judy's hand, please. Roberta, repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I promise to always love,
I promise to always love,
trust, and forgive
trust, and forgive
from this very moment.
from this very moment.
In giving this ring,
And giving this ring,
I freely give all my love,
I freely give all my love,
trust, hopes, and desires,
trust, hope, and desire,
and receive all the more from you.
and receive all the more from you.
You may hold those when you do that. Sure.
I hold it.
Judy, take Roberto's hand. The ring on his finger. Judy, now repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I promise to always love,
I promise to always love,
trust, and forgive
trust, and forgive
from this very moment.
from this very moment.
In giving this ring,
In giving this ring,
I freely give all my love,
I freely give all my love,
trust, hopes, and desires,
trust, hope, and desires,
and receive all the more from you.
and receive all the more from you.
You can put the ring on his finger. The wedding ring is a symbol of marriage in two ways. The purity of the gold symbolizes the purity of your love and trust for one another and the unending vows which you are taking this very day. You have committed yourselves to one another for happiness and self-fulfillment. You have promised to love, protect, honor, trust, and care for one another in sickness and in health, in adversity and in prosperity. You will be true and loyal to one another so long as you both shall live. Now that each of you has spoken the words, given the rings, and made promises that unite your lives, I do hereby, in conformity with ancient customs and the laws of this state, declare this marriage to be valid and binding, and now declare you to be husband and wife. From this very moment, never more than a thought away from one another. May the memories of this day become more sweet and tender with each passing anniversary. May God protect you both and bless us all. May go in peace, love, and companionship. Roberta, you may kiss the bride.
Again, prolong it. Okay. We did not prepare wow. Because we ran out of time. Maybe I will just say something. First of all, I would like to thank you for being with us here in the celebration of our wedding day. And secondly, I would like to congratulations to both of us. We finally made it after 18 long years of love and hate relationship. Actually, our love is 18 years in the making. We first met in Taiwan. We were then having our scholarship studies. I was granted language studies. I studied Chinese and eventually worked also in Taiwan. While Mommy, or Be, as I call her, was taking her master's and PhD in nanoscience. On 2012, we both went back to the Philippines and I worked as a school administrator, while Mommy was invited to work in University of Texas as research scientist, and also taking her postdoctoral studies. And eventually she moved to Luna Lab as a research scientist. So we were both chasing our dreams. We were both have idealism. We were both have dreams. My dream is to save money and build my own dream house, dream home for my family. And Judy's dream is to pursue her career as a research scientist. So it's so hard for us to be together. So one of us have to sacrifice, to make a supreme sacrifice. And you know, for 18 years, there were so many realizations. I realized that marriage is not really finding the right persons, but becoming the right persons ourselves. We were so idealistic to each other. We were a bit of perfectionists. So, but realizing that we also have imperfections, so we have to admit that really it's not finding the right persons, but becoming the right persons ourselves.
Yeah.
We tend to understand, we tend to forgive and accept one another, given our limitations, given our weaknesses. And the good thing, I think for both of us, that we are both Catholics, and we try to nurture our relationship through spiritual means. And there is very one word that I really would like to inculcate to my wife, that very word of Jesus about love in the gospel: love one another as I have loved you. And as we heard from priest homilies, they are saying that love, this statement of Jesus is not an option, it's not a request, it's not an invitation, but rather it is a command, it is an obligation. So we are not left with any choice except to follow this command as Christians. So, Mommy, you cannot say to me, sorry, I don't love you anymore, I'll just find another. And I cannot also say to you, sorry, I don't love you anymore, I'll just find another. Again, this statement of the Lord is not an invitation, it's not an option, it's not a request, but it is a command, it is an obligation. The second thing is that we are also called and challenged to love one another. Jesus, remember, that never told us that we have to love one another when both of us are successful, when both of us are good looking, when both of us stop offending each other, when both of us stops irritating each other. He simply said, love one another, meaning to say that our love for one another should be without limitations. Our love for one another should be without conditions. Sometimes I am tempted to think that, what if both of us fail to meet each other's expectations? What if we become pain in our neck? What if we become problematic? Could we still love one another? Mommy, what if someday I fail to meet your expectation? Would you still love me?
Of course.
Yeah, yes, this is it. We both have to love one another because love is without limits. Love is without conditions. And maybe love has its power to change the person. You know, because of love, we change a lot. We learn a lot from each other. We learn a lot. We try to die to our selfish self. So our relationship becomes deeper. So really, love has the power to change us, has changed us a lot. It is our love for one another that changes us, that changes our selfishness, that changes our selfish desires. We both learn how to sacrifice. And I think the third thing that we should remember is that our parameter of loving is not the love that we see from people around us. Our parameter of loving is not the love that we receive from our parents. It's very clear in the gospel, love one another as I have loved you, meaning to say that our parameter of loving is no other than love Jesus has shown us. It is the love that entails self-sacrifice. It is a love that entails self-giving. Self-giving. So, sabi ko nga, no relationship would take in between us had each not one of us make a supreme sacrifice. I have to make a supreme sacrifice. I have to renounce my career. I have to give up. I have to retire early and be with you. And be with you, create a family overall. So, I mean, these are the three things I would, we just want to inculcate in ourselves, that love is a command, it is an obligation, that love is without limits, without conditions, and we love with the love that Jesus has shown us, a love that is self-giving, a love that is self-sacrificing. And you see, as we go on, we have to put God at the center of the relationship, because as old couple would say, love is like a zipper. A zipper has two zips and a zipper. The two zips will not hold them together without the zipper. It is the same in love relationship. Without God at the center of relationship, it will be very hard for us to live together. We all have our imperfections. We all have our, we have so many expectations. But with love, we learn how to die to our selfish self. And so that's why, although we are different, we are totally different to each other. We still, how do you call that? Harmonize. We harmonize given our differences. So, I think with this kind of Christian love, I could ever say, just as 2011, I received a text message when World Trade Center collapsed, and this message says, "Dear, naglaho man ang World Trade Center, subalit ikaw ay mananatiling world class sa akin. Dear, World Trade Center may have come, but you will remain world class to me, never to be traded, and will always be the center of my attraction." I think this is the word of people who are totally in love, a love that is grounded on the love of God to each and every one of us. So thank you for the love. Thank you.
Aww.
And Mommy, baby will say something.
Say something?
Thank you everybody for being here today, and I'm very happy and I'm very blessed to be here with my mother and father, and I know that they made a lot of sacrifices for me, and I'm very happy of that. And I love my mother and father so very much, because they've done everything to be here today, and they've made so many sacrifices before. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy. And what?
Kiss mommy too.
Aww.
Aww.
Are you crying? It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. Daddy is our hero. Yeah. He left his job there in the Philippines and come here for us.
And I hope I can bring them back to the Philippines.
For vacation.
Someday. For vacation only.
Last year I built my dream house for them. I built my dream house. It was a dream come true, but it's meaningless if I stay there alone.
True. And I thank
Thank you.
Sir Jean
Thank you.
for having with us, celebrating with us here.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
From our scientists.
Is more than enough. And thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. Your time, your effort, I know.
You are our family,
Yeah.
Aww.
extended family.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh,
That is Thursday.
I love this. Oh, wow.
That's from us.
Nice.
Okay. A wedding prayer. In all things, may Jesus be the center of your marriage.
Yeah.
That was his
His message, yeah. We only have two in the house, but I always use it.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you, Christine.
Napa, another one. Another one.
Mr. Right and then Mrs. Always Right.
Always right.
For a couple.
Dugaya, ayaw, diretso.
Ikaw din.
Sunod siya na po yung hawid. Sayaw na sila, sayaw. Okay. Oh, na, dance, dance.
When the music stops,
Okay, mix, mix, mix. Move around, move. Boys, move around, boys. Move around, boys.
So when the music stops, you throw, huh?
Okay.
Stop.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's cut. It's cut. It's cut. Baby. Oh, son. Baby. Oh. Baby. Oh. Woo. Woo. Yes. Garter. Good. Oh, garter. Woo. Garter. Oh, garter. Garter. You have to wear that on her leg. Oh, sit down here. Sit down here. Garter.
And remove with your mouth.
Oh yeah. With your mouth.